Hey everyone, this is James, and this is my 4-hour chart of the Nasdaq Composite. It is 9:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is March 4th, 2018, and basically what has occurred. Let me kind of just pull out a little bit here. So we've had this long run. I mean, I could keep going back, and if you just look at a chart from a long-term perspective, we've had a nice, long, consistent run that has lasted a very, very long time. Just from here to here is almost 1 year. So you can see the move that we've had in the market. And then this vertical movement occurs. We get the nice pullback, which was exactly to be expected, especially when price goes vertical. However, everyone thought this was the end of the world, and it clearly was not. So we had a nice retracement. We almost recaptured all the losses there. I'd be willing to say almost like 80%, 85% possibly. So from there, basically we're having another pullback from that because again, we are having another vertical move. So the pullback from there could possibly land the Nasdaq somewhere in the low, like 7,000 even range, maybe 6,900 on the IXIC. This is on TradingView. You can pull up the same composite anywhere that you have a trading chart, but that's where I'm expecting price to rest into, is that area. Now, depending on how price reacts to this area is going to depend on the next move. I am still very, very bullish on the US stock market. This is not investment advice. I have to put that disclaimer out there. But what I can tell you is that based on the prior history and everything that's been going on in the US stock market, we've had non-stop printing press action for the past 10 years now. I mean, quantitative easing has just gone crazy. We've printed so much money, it's insane. That money is being dumped into the markets. You can clearly see that every time there's been a correction, I mean, even in just the past year, every single time it's been reversed. So after this fall that we've had, this downfall right here, this retracement, that's all it is. It's not the start of a bear market or anything. You clearly see that price is extremely extended and price has to recapture energy, and it's going to do that through a swift move down, and then obviously if we get a swift response back upward instead of a consolidation, then it's going to be erratic in nature, and that's fine because I've been talking about this in my videos that I'm expecting the market to enter into a bubble phase. I believe we're kind of seeing that beginning of it as we're starting to see the price become extremely volatile, like you see in the cryptocurrency markets, for example. As this happens, though, and we do break this zone, like these lines, like one thing I would suggest is don't bother copying them because you don't understand the reasoning behind them. I try to explain it in the videos, but the thing is that what I believe the stock market's going to do is not going to be contained by this line set at all. I think it's going to become extremely vertical. It's going to have a bubble-like state, like I think something very similar to like how Bitcoin or any other bubble in the market. That's one of the possibilities I think is going to happen. If we do not get the rapid rise, okay, the other solution is that we have another long-term bull market that could go years and years and years and years. But what I expect is going to happen due to the amount of the printing of money and the non-stop saving of this market is that as price goes vertical and breaks out the top, I'm expecting the media and everyone else to go crazy, especially all the retail traders that listened to the media that this was the end of the world, the apocalypse was coming, Donald Trump is the Antichrist, or whatever crazy stuff happens in the news anymore. I don't even pay attention to the news, okay? I don't get involved in any of that. All I do is just focus on my trading, and that's it, my business, and that's it. So I can care less what else is going on out there because when it comes to the world of investing, none of the news, none of the media, that stuff, you know, I don't know, maybe this video will get taken down for me saying this, but it's unnecessary. It's a waste of your time, a waste of your energy. Just shut it off and ignore it, because price has already built that in, whatever is going to happen. Now, in the rare cases you have terrorist attacks and different things like that, you know, like a tsunami or something like that, like obviously that cannot be accounted for. So, in those one-off cases, but I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say. Just shut the noise off, focus on the chart, focus on your analysis, and that's it. You get caught up in the frenzy, like all these retail traders in here. There's a reason why I'm saying all this. These individuals right here believe everything they're seeing. They're reading the newspaper, they're watching the news, they're being literally beaten from left to right to left to right to left to right, and their head is literally spinning like you would see something in the Exorcist or something like that. And as that's happening, they don't know what to do. All they know is they've been in a market for years and it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up. And they hear that it's all coming crashing down, they're going to lose everything, blah, blah, blah. People are going to vomit and sell into it. As they sell into this, that's what causes this extreme volatility, because now as price starts to reverse, they say, oh wait, I was wrong, and then they start to buy back in, and then guess what? You get the wash, you get the rinse and repeat, maybe a couple times. We'll see what happens. But as we break this top, all these individuals that jumped out, that thought it was the end of the world, are going to pile back in, and it is going to create, pile back in right here, that way you can see. It's going to create what I believe is going to be a vertical market, and that vertical market will not be able to be contained by any line set or technical analysis, because it will do something that nobody can account for right now, like the same way you saw like in Bitcoin in the early stages, when you see this crazy market rise, right? You see this nice volatility, and then you see a continuation of that rise, and there's really nothing that can contain that, because now price is doing something that's literally unnatural. And that's what I think the stock market, the US stock market is being pushed into, is something unnatural due to the non-stop printing of money. I mean, that's just one of the main factors, but it's just been this non-stop just continuation of printing into the market. So let me show you real quick as I zoom out. You can see just this, look at the vertical nature of this market. How can this be sustained much longer? You know, I think what we're going to get is a continuation of that upward spike, and that is going to lead to a significantly deeper correction, because look at all the energy you have here. Look at all the energy. Look at how smooth this is. This is normal, 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 and then wham! Look at that. That is a lot of energy that is going to have to be recaptured at some point in the future. And when it is, it's going to have a severe correction to it. So, and I think that the price is going to go significantly more vertical than what we're at now. If I'm wrong, then what we're going to get is a consolidation and then a slow churn upward, something like you would see like right here in this zone. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, I'll do these videos. I'll try to touch back on the market like at least every other day if I can. It just depends on how busy everything is. Overall, I'm wildly bullish on the U.S. stock market for the short term, probably from anywhere from 4 to 6 months is what I'm looking at. So I'll try to cover it as much as I can. I don't mean to like drag these videos out long, but I feel like I just want to really give the logical reasonings behind why I see the market rising and going to a level to where I think the Nasdaq could see the 9,000 level pretty easy. So we'll see what happens, but you know, this is not investment advice. This is just for educational purposes. This is just looking at price action, the energy in the market, the flow of that energy, and that's all. That's all this is. You know, whatever you do in your investing portfolio is, you know, strictly based on your strategies, your research, not on these charts. It cannot be, because there's not enough information that I lay out here for you to make an educated decision, especially when you're watching somebody else's analysis that you don't fully understand why those lines are where they're at and how to react to those lines as well too. So I hope everybody has a great day. If you do find the information in these videos valuable, or at least it's helping you in some way possible, or it could help somebody else, just like, share, comment, subscribe. Anything like that helps me a lot. This is done free for people. I just want to help people understand price movement. And what I can tell you is that when price gets vertical like this, I'm telling you, it's at some point this energy is going to have to be recaptured, and when it is, it's going to be extremely painful for people. So that is it for tonight. I will talk to everybody the next Nasdaq video, maybe tomorrow. I'm going to wait for it to hit that area and see how price reacts there. If it does react well, I'll do another video based on that. But until then, it'll probably be a couple days until I do another video on the Nasdaq, because basically I think it's going up, and it's going to continue going up, and if anything changes, then I'll make a video based on that.